Well, scripturally, if you look at the context that aliens are real in the world of Jesus Christ. So actually, what I would like to do, besides testifying to the fact that I am an alien abductee, and as I've grown older, my experience, my hypotheses, my scientific curiosity, and willing to bend and stretch the realms of philosophy and religion to match the scientific proof that is out there, has created in me not only as an alien abductee with a funny and kind of crazy story from 1976, it is also enhanced and embellished the disclosure of my experiences with Jesus Christ, whom I saw after I died March 23rd, 2025. I saw Jesus Christ. But months before that, I had experienced a miracle. My transmission, after being salvaged in San Diego, went out again on me in Barstow on my way back to the Utah mountains. And I prayed and became calm. In that moment, I asked God for guidance. And on the internet, using the intelligent Google search engine, I ran into a telephone number of a nonprofit in Barstow that would give temporary shelter to those who got stuck on the road in the desert. I called them up. I got a tow truck. We towed my vehicle back to Barstow, and I went to a hotel which had a room available for St. Nisha and I. This all came about, and the next day, the tow truck driver told me that it would be better and cheaper to try to drive back as far as the vehicle would go to San Diego and return it to the transmission repairman, Dr. Trans, in San Diego. And because I had a warranty, I figured that if I could get closer to San Diego, then it would cost less to have it towed, because where I was at, I was looking at replacing a brand new transmission that had just been replaced, or I was looking at a $2,000 to $3,000 tow truck bill, and I had no money for that. So I prayed, and I started to drive back to San Diego. And lo and behold, there was construction, and we drove about 25 miles an hour the whole way back. The truck, being in the shape that it was, had some computer glitch, or the computer genius, that turned the shifting and the transmission's gears into some sort of really slow drive. So 25 was about all I could safely drive anyway. However, the entire freeway was blocked. Single file line, 25 miles from practically all the way from Barstow to San Diego. I made it back. I got the transmission, and a couple years later, it's still working fine. So, I stopped at a Starbucks, and I've talked about this once. When I got out of my truck, a gray, like the experience in Las Vegas, look up UAP, Las Vegas, I think it was 2021 or 2022, where they filmed and recorded a giant gray. Now, let's not get confused with the celestial and more spiritual beings. They abducted me when I was 15, and they have nothing to do with the alien population or the interdimensional beings that are already impregnated upon our planet and involved in secret commissionary work. But as I stepped out of my pickup truck, once I made it safely back to San Diego, a gray came out of a dimension, and I could feel gravity and the force of his body whoosh by me the way a sail fills with water on the ocean when a gust of wind passes. And the gray spoke, saying, "God is going to bless you profoundly for this, dude." A youngster came out of the dimensions. Perhaps our brains are completely experiencing interdimensional transmission and communication. Perhaps our bodies have quantum wavelengths and vibrations of magnetism that communicate beyond the hearing range of humans or any other species in the real world, the world of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And although I preached about this experience and testified to how a gray alien in another dimension on this planet whooshed by me and said, "God is going to bless you profoundly for this, dude," what he was referring to was my ability to control my anger, which would be the ability to create peace on earth, which is why I would be a good president of the United States, because it would be the ability to create peace and to think calmly in the moment of destruction financially, and to avoid a temper tantrum or a distraction of an angry fit that could completely ruin the holiness of God's Spirit that lives within you, and completely change the trajectory of your path forward and your future. There are two paths, and they can be called heaven and hell, or they can be called your decision to remain calm or your decision to blow your top. And I believe wholeheartedly that the aliens watched and observed as I prayed to God for an answer and found a hotel room voucher specifically on Google search in Barstow for vehicles that break down, and a tow truck that came right out 50 miles out or 30 and found us and brought us back. And then the fact that the truck was only able to go in low gear all the way back to San Diego, and the roads were completely blocked. They were being worked on. There was construction. So 25 miles an hour, single file line from Barstow to San Diego. Imagine that. And then when I got there, this gray telling me, "God is going to bless you profoundly for this." And then months later, March 23rd, 2025, I went beyond the veil. I died. I died when Betelgeuse and the Scorpius constellation was directly above my head. I had been stung by a scorpion on that very night. And it was that time, that mating time for scorpions in the desert in Borrego Springs, California. And this little deadly desert scorpion stung me. I still have a purple, sharp-shaped mark in my toe where it got me. And when I revived, I saw Jesus, magnificent, pure being of light. Not while I was in a near-death experience. When I was outside of my body, I looked down and my body was full with electrodes, lights, yellow and white, and red and blue, but mainly yellow and white. And I could see my heart area just as if it was a lightning bolt. When I returned to my body and opened my eyes, I saw the living, resurrected Jesus Christ, church. I saw that God was approving celestial contact, and that Jesus was healing me by shining his light down onto my body. And I heard God say, "Worry not about your wife. Do not worry, for God loves us more than we can possibly love." If you have someone in your family that is suffering something, or if you're worried about people in the world that are outside of your power and authority to touch, to heal, Friends, I want you to know the message from the throne above, from God, the head of the Trinity, the Father of Jesus of Nazareth, and the Holy Spirit from within, wants you to know that God's love has got them all in his hands, that God holds all of his creation in adorning, disciplinary love. There is nothing that we can do with our human amount of love that God's love would lack. And there is nothing in God's love that we can match when it comes to healing a soul or somebody that we care and worry about. God has got that covered. And he made it very clear to me that I am to rest. There is much life to be lived. Well, friends, 2025 was a very interesting year because on August 17th, my mother died. And on October 14th, after 30 or 40 years of divorce, my father suddenly joined her. And in the sky above me in Malibu on the top of Latigo Canyon, I looked up to a Cheshire moon. The crescent smile of a Cheshire cat moon was smiling there, comforting me in a spiritual communication between every word written in the stars, every message from God, all of the years as a pastor's kid were revelated through that Cheshire cat moon. Revelation and prophecy, everything that I can remember about Mom and Dad snapped right back to me in my consciousness. And my calling to preach, my calling to embellish and to better Cartoon Church came in 2025. Now, I started Cartoon Church in 2024, but in 2025, I have seen an incredible increase in experiencing aliens in the world of Jesus Christ. God is definitely weaving together his creations on earth as they are in heaven. From the Old Testament, we could start with something like Psalms 8, 3 and 4, where the psalmist reflects on the heavens and the works of God's fingers, the moon and the stars, and wonders about humanity's place in it all. In Psalms 8, 3 and 4, it hints at this. The psalmist writes in Psalms 8, 3 through 5, "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor." Folks, we are God's creations, and we see in our reflection glory and honor. It is through us seeing these authorities and powers and principalities that rule above us that we know that we are human. For in our reflection of our humanity lies the secret of our immortality. If we'll look at John 10, the Good Shepherd, Jesus Christ, and his sheep. "Verily, truly, I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all of his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize the stranger's voice." Jesus used this figure of speech But the Pharisees did not understand what he was telling them. Friends, we can relate this to aliens in the world of Jesus Christ. We do not follow aliens. We're in awe, and even we will never follow aliens. But aliens recognize Jesus Christ. In the world of humanity, where aliens visit without invitation, they visit through the creation that was God-given to them. They abducted me when I was 15, and they told me, when I asked, have you heard of Jesus Christ? Yes, instantly, they heard of Jesus Christ, for Jesus Christ is the truth, Jesus Christ is the way, and Jesus Christ is the light, and all life created by God follows the truth, follows the light. These alien travelers come through the plasma of the light, from star to sun, from our solar system to outer dimensions. Verily I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened. Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace. It is his blessing that peace he giveth, and peace unto his teaching is the end. Peace he endeth in peace. He live on heaven and in earth, and the thief comes only to steal and to kill and destroy. Therefore Jesus has come that he may give his life so that we may have life and have it to the fullest. And this is what the aliens that abducted me recognized and shared with me in their brief time passing through the sun to other stars, through time and space itself, that all who pass through know of and hear of and find the truth and the love that God created for all in Jesus Christ. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep. So when he sees the wolf coming, he abandons the sheep and runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock and scatters it. The man runs away because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. Good brothers and sisters, aliens are real in the world of Jesus Christ, and we who own humanity, who own our good and peaceful holiness, look up to the stars and accept that God created, and in his creation he has set his face upon everything, and everything that was created by God recognizes their own unique existence despite the far distance, despite the distraction, despite the thieves who come to disinform. The sheep know his voice. I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen, that are not of this world, says Jesus in John 10:16. I have other sheep that are not of this world. I must bring them also. It is through Jesus Christ that our first contact and love and communication flow. They too will listen to my voice, because Jesus Christ, the shepherd of earth, the angel, the King of angels that I saw when I was resurrected and looked into the heavens, they too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd. The reason my Father loves me is that I lay down my life, only to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. If the aliens wanted to hide from everyone in humanity, we would not be aware that they exist. But they will not lay down their lives for the thieves, the robbers, the disinformers, the secret government programs. And the reason it is because our Father set his face upon all of his creation, and it is their existence, and it is only them, aliens and humanities, that can take up their life and live it to the fullest. No one takes that from God. But the shepherd, our Messiah, laid down his life so that we would have life on his own accord. And he has authority to lay it down and authority to take it up, just as he resurrected me by the holy flames of the Holy Spirit, pulled me out of a near-death experience and revealed to me his physical form in the real world, where the aliens are real in the real world. Jesus Christ and the aliens do not exist in different dimensions, in different realms, in different realities. And many who hear this, like the Jews who heard Jesus say these things, many of them say, he's demon-possessed, he's raving mad, why listen to him? But others said, these are not the sayings of a man possessed by a demon. He speaks of peace with kings of the angels and angels themselves, and the face of God being set on all of his creation, and they having free will and free destination, and those time-traveling aliens from suns to stars that use plasma, black holes, and dark energy that we have no comprehension of, come from angelic prophecy, revelations that are not the devil opening the eyes of the world. It is the devil that is trying to close the ears and the eyes of the world from realizing that it is truly real and that man has life after death, and that the sciences and the philosophies and the hypotheses will continue to be disclosed, and yet man will open an entirely new chapter when stepping through the veil to join the King of Angels.